federal election is on Monday, and here in the Vernon-Lake Country-Monashee riding, there's 4 names on the ballot. Anna Warwick-Sears for the Liberal Party, Scott Anderson for the Conservative Party, Blair Vischer for the Green Party, and Leah Main for the NDP Party. Ahead of the federal election, Castanet sat down with candidates. This week, to help undecided voters, we've been sharing what MP hopefuls think about various issues in the community. As we wrap up briefs on candidates' stances, today we ask MP hopefuls how they think party lines will impact their ability to advocate for residents of the riding.
I'm a centrist. I ran as a centrist for the NDP. I'm running as a centrist for the Liberals. I know that partisanship and party lines are always a challenge in this kind of parliamentary system. But I think that the important thing is to have a strong voice of advocacy and being able to work with other people. There are going to be members of parliament in this surrounding region that are going to be conservative. And I think it's important for us to make strong attempts to work together. In my work history, I have worked with people from many different parties and from all levels of government. And I really believe that it is not some kind of crazy dream to have people be able to work together to get the constituents what they need. Vernon and this area, this riding area, it's been a long time since we've had a representative who was a member of the governing party. There is no doubt at all that Mark Carney is going to form government after April 28th, and I think that it will be a benefit to the riding, to the region as a whole, to have representatives who are part of that governing party.
I don't think they will. I think I've got a long history of speaking out when it's appropriate, to taking leadership roles and moving things forward that way. In a party situation, we have to act as a party. So I can't certainly take lines that don't go with that. But I do agree with most of I can't think of anything I don't agree with the Conservatives.
Mm-hmm. There are 2 Green MPs, and they have influenced a large amount of policies. The nice thing about being very outspoken and vocal, but science-backed, is that you do get to work with everybody and provide consistent advice. I also do think we're in a moment, though, right now where we have a lot of Green candidates. I hear from lots of people that, yes, they know that the Green Party has been still like a smaller party, but everybody who I talk to says, oh, I wish that I could vote Green. But they want to vote strategically instead. And I would say if everybody just voted for their values and their beliefs and voted for hope instead of fear, we might end up with a larger group of people in federal parliament with the best interests of Canadians in mind, rather than a party slogan.
Fair enough.
Under an NDP MPship, I would be able to advocate directly for people in this riding. Were I to be elected, but serving in a minority government, I think it's pretty obvious that I would be willing to work with the party that forms government to bring in the important legislation, what we feel is the important legislation. The Liberals, were they to form government, have some pretty good platforms, and obviously Mark Carney has a lot of experience in the economic and financial sphere. We could work with the Liberals. We've proven that. If it were a conservative government, I think it would be very difficult to work with them. very difficult to avoid antagonism because their policies, their positions. I've already experienced some of the rigidity of their thinking in my work with the Federation of Canadian Municipalities when I met with some conservative MPs and said, we have a housing crisis, there are programs that are helping communities build new housing, will you continue those policies? And the answer was, no, we are going to scrap every housing policy that the Liberals brought in, and we are going to insist that local governments prove themselves before we will give them the resources to build housing. That makes it very difficult to work with them, but we would obviously try, because our job is to protect our people and our communities.
Voters take to the poll Monday, April 28th to decide which candidate will represent them in Ottawa. For Castanet, I'm Chelsea Mutter in Vernon.